We're live. Hello all. We're going back to 1966 to a song I know. But when I first looked at this 2 seconds ago, I was like, I'm sure this is on here. I'm sure I've got it under Crosby, Stills and Nash or a Creedence song. And it's just one of those songs I know. And I know it's by these guys, but I thought I'd heard other people doing it. So we're going to get into that, what led me to that thought, why the song's been praised for something it never was, even though you can translate it, and just in general. It's not a long song.
Something happening here.
Yes, there is.
Ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there, telling me I got to beware. I think it's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody, look what's going down.
Written by Stephen Stills. And this was released as a standalone single in '66, but sort of put on the album by Buffalo Springfield in '67. And accredited on that is Stephen Stills on the album track. And also Neil Young gets a mention, but not on the album, but unaccredited guitar sort of input. But set that aside, written by Stephen Stills about, 1966 Sunset Strip riots, which were not about that, they were about young people being hacked off, that they couldn't do anything. Such a clampdown. If you like a conservative pushback, it was a pushback against this sort of, at the time, what they felt was a paranoid culture. They weren't allowed to do anything, and there was lots of trouble. Yeah, when you listen to the song, it's telling you that. But it's appeared in some movies, and we'll get into that as well. One of the movies, I could sit here and say, yeah, what a great film. I haven't seen it, but I should have seen it, and I'm embarrassed to say I haven't seen it, and you guys are going to look at me, but we'll get into it.
There's battle lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong.
Excellent, yeah.
Young people speaking their minds are getting so much resistance from behind. Time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody, look what's going down. What a field day for the heat. Songs and they carry inside. Mostly say hooray for our side. It's time.
So they're talking about, there's a lot of it, but in essence, when you get a crowd of people, you get that fight and flight, not flight and fight. You get the fight-flight activation. So it's like the old soccer hooligans in the UK. You get 100 people together, it looks like there's a lot of violence going on. It's normally about 8 people on each side. It looks and is horrible, but it's normally people getting caught up in the melee, and you hear chants at football stadiums that become outrageously racist in the 70s when I was growing up, because people get pulled into it psychologically. It's an actual phenomenon, and you guys will know this. And this song's telling you that on both sides, if you get that mentality and no one's talking, then you're going to get this. And that's what you got on Sunset Strip.
We stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody, look what's going down. Paranoia strikes deep.
It does.
Into your life it will creep. It starts when you're always afraid.
And we've just been through that. Guys, my regular audience, allow me a little bit of a rant, rightly or wrongly. This song reminds you that when you give your power away, not only will that be taken, your daily livelihood, everything can be taken from you when you acquiesce. I'm not on about violent protest, because this is what happens when people get paranoid and they're not able to make a rational response because they feel cornered. But this translated into a Vietnam song, you know, about young people and children, the average age and all that. But it just reminds you that Stevenson's obviously a great songwriter. And it is just that everyone's, it feels like everyone's enraged and not informed, but then they get informed and become enraged. So it's a vicious circle. People who haven't paid attention, aren't thinking critically, get enraged because they're not informed. And then people who get informed and think critically get enraged because of what they've learned. It's, you can't win. And I guess this song reminds me of that. And it's sad. And I've just knocked over my camera. It is sad. And I don't get to change things. I really don't. But songs can, sometimes. Honestly, I'm having a real nightmare here. Here we go.
We better stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. Stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop now. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going. We better stop.
Just stop and look around and listen and learn and be aware and don't get paranoid and don't give away your power. Don't lose your voice, but don't collectively become violent, because that's how wars start. And it really does that. But it appeared in a couple of decent films. And the one I wanted to talk about was the one, for a split second, it's actually in Tropic Thunder, which I've never seen. And I'm wondering how it appears in there. Guys, if you've seen Tropic Thunder, let me know how they blend this song in, because I'd like to know. But it's just so powerful. Widely regarded as a Vietnam protest song, I think it was just adopted because of its ability to cross-reference, you know, into acting out violence for something you don't know why, and being told lies and having your power taken away and not being informed and all those things. And the group culture, when it's not good, it's violent. When it is good, it's all those messages mixed up when I hear this song. I'm too old for Vietnam. Too young for Vietnam. I don't remember it. I remember growing up knowing about it, and I've studied the history of it, but I wasn't born in that area. 66, I was 1. Guys, if there'll be some of you on the channel. If you remember this song as it was released, just let me know why did it spread so quickly to become an anti-Vietnam song, an anti-war song, if you like. I can hear it in the lyrics, but specifically written about 66 Sunset Strip. Great song. 2 minutes 46, hits home. Nuanced message, great sound. Lovely. Till next time, guys, take care. Oh, and I won't smash the camera and unplug my headphones. I'll get more coffee next time. Take care.